Okay, here we are for draft number 9, I believe, for M12. And the pick is coming here short. Okay, so this is a pretty weak pack. Pretty much looking at Griffin Sentinel or potentially Ice Cage. Okay, pick 2, we're looking at still a pretty weak pack here. I think Arachnus Web is probably the strongest card here. Otherwise, Ice Cage or Swiftfoot Boots. I'm going to go ahead and grab the web. Okay, so here we're looking at Arbalest Elite, Stormfront Pegasus. I'm not really sure about the difference in power level between Arbalest Elite and the Pegasus. I think I'm going to go with the Pegasus here. But Arbalest Elite is definitely a very strong card. It could really... I'm not really sure about this one. Okay, so here we have Stave Off, Shock, Gorehorn Minotaurs. I'm almost tempted to say that Gorehorn Minotaurs is a little better than Shock here. I really am having a tough time, deciding which of these is more powerful. Shock is definitely more versatile, but Gorehorn Minotaurs, if you can get Bloodthirst, is just such a dramatic boost from any of the regular creatures. It's sort of like a mini bomb. Very hard to lose once you have it and you're swinging in. So I think that it's more of a commitment to red, though. I think I'm actually just going to take the Shock here. Yeah. Okay. Here we've got a bunch of good cards. Looter is great. Frost Breath is good. Blood Ogre is good. But Pacifism, I believe, is the card we're going to take here. I think that Looter and Pacifism are pretty close, but Pacifism is definitely a little bit better. And we're already white. Here we're happy to pick up a Peregrine Griffin. Or we could pick up a Blood Ogre, actually. One of the nice things that I've been meaning to try is picking up multiple Griffins and then trying to nab a few late Griffin Riders. I'm not sure if it's correct, but I think... But, it's something that I'd like to try, although I think that Blood Ogre still does get the nod here. I mean, it's one of the best 3 drops we can really be looking for. Okay, so here we're seeing a lot of green. Warhorse is great just for a white. I think that Sacred Wolf potentially is a good combo with in green-white. Plummet is good. Act of Treason. There's really just a lot of strong cards here. I think that I'm probably going to go with there's a lot of aggressive creatures in white. I think I'm just going to go with the Warhorse here and just try to stay in white, stay committed. Here we've got Arsonist, Bonebreaker. Companion is very good. So we've got sort of a similar power level in the 2 green cards versus the 2 red. There's a little bit more red in the pack, though. I think I'm just going to go ahead and pick up the Arsonist. I think it's just a little bit better for what we're trying to do. Especially like triggering Bloodthirst. Divine Favor is definitely a fine card. I mean, Ice Cage is good also, but, yeah. Okay, here we're going to go ahead and hedge a little bit because, we could open like a blue bomb, and I'm not going to take the Defender over an Ice Cage, just in case. Pledge could be amazing, just depending on how we, what our creature base looks like. So we just picked up an island there for the last pick. Pack 2 should be coming out, and Archon of Justice is definitely what we're picking up. Strongest card in the pack. Other notable cards here, Carnage Worm can definitely end a game. Timely Reinforcements is just getting better and better in my eyes. I'm seeing this card just become very powerful in the white deck. If something really odd happens and we end up wheeling it, it's a very nice combo with like the Guardian's Pledge, for instance. So we'll just grab the Archon here. And in this pack, we're very happy to pick up a Stormfront Pegasus. I think it's pretty much the clear pick here. Like, Alabaster Mage is fine, but I think Pegasus is just better. So, I mean, at this point, it looks like we're most likely going to be red-white. We're not totally committed to red yet, though. I mean, it's certainly possible that we just get past some ridiculous cards in another color and can just go a different way. So let's go ahead and cost sort this. Okay, so Pacifism is pretty much the best card here. Once again, Arbalest Elite is very good, and I think I'd be happy to pick one up, but I'm not going to take it over Pacifism. Looter is quite good also, but once again, I'm just going to take the best card for us. Okay, so at this point, we could pick up a second Arsonist here. However, Arachnus Web is quite powerful. We do already have 2 Pacifisms, though, so I think that... Let's see here. This one's a little bit tough. I mean, if we just pick up, like, Arachnus Web and just run 2 Pacifisms and then just, you know, stuff creatures, I mean, that would be one option. We're a little bit short on creatures, though, in order to go that path. I think I'm just going to take the Arsonist and try to sort of build a aggressive red-white shell. Lawkeeper is fantastic for this deck. Minotaurs, though, I think are just going to be a little bit better. This card is such a beating that you can get it active. So I think we're going to pick up the Minotaurs here. This will firmly put us into red-white. And then, of course, we get to pick up a Fireslinger. And once again, just another card that makes Minotaurs even better. Okay. Our options here, we can pick up a Lava Axe. We could pick up the Scepter of Empires. It's not a bad card for this deck, honestly. I mean, it fits the aggressive theme. We don't want too many late drops. I think the Lava Axe might be a little better for what we want to do. Not 100% on this one. I think we're just going to take the Lava Axe here. I think it's going to be a little better for us. And then we can pick up like a War Paint, or probably Active Trees in here. Yeah. I mean, War Paint is fine if we like pick up Oromancers and can, you know, end up getting a little bit more value out of it, but we already have a few enchantments. Here we're just going to snag the rare. We'll go ahead and just cut a Basilisk. Okay, so going into pack 3, we have 19 playables. Still a little bit creature light, and I'm not sure we're going to be running this Guardian's Pledge. Probably not. So, and we open Aegis Angel, which I will happily pick up. It's always nice to pick up 2 very nice rares in your color. Yeah. And then a Flame Blast. Okay, this is just ridiculous. That's a gift. We will take it. So yeah, this deck went from being pretty good to absolutely incredible over the course of 2 picks. And yeah, that is 3 very good rares in our colors. So I think at this point we're just going to be trying to draft more early game so that we can survive long enough to make it to our late game. Probably not going to be playing the Mastodon. We might. It just, it depends, but it doesn't really fit the theme of activating our Bloodthirst, and we already have some late drops now. I mean, any one of these late drops, if we can resolve it, can easily take over the game. Okay, so here we have another Pegasus, which is exactly what we want. 3 Pegasus is pretty busted. And 3 Pacifism is also pretty busted. This could quite possibly be the most powerful deck I've been able to draft so far. We will see shortly, but I mean, it's looking ridiculous right now. There are so many good cards here for us. I don't even know what the best card to take is. We could just run like another Stormfront Pegasus. We could pick up an Arbalest Elite. I mean, Spirit Mantle is a total beating. Okay. I think we just continue the theme, pick up the Pegasus, and just go deep. Yeah. Like, we just want to drop that. 5? Are you joking? Jesus Christ. Like, the 5th Pegasus has to be better than Fireslinger, right? Okay. Definitely at a loss here. I mean, maybe it's Fireslinger here. They're both ridiculous. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I think we just pick up the Infinite Air Force. Yeah. And a Volcanic Dragon. Why not? Sure. How about an Arsonist? Just to make things a little easier. I mean, we could take Veteran here, but I think Arsonist is better. This deck is absolutely insane. Yeah. Not playing Bang Chuckers. Guardian's Pledge is actually now a total beating. Not playing Warpaint. Divine Favor's probably not good enough. I mean, it's maybe fine. Like, we can bring Tunneler in. I mean, Tunneler is still good. I don't know if Tunneler is good enough. Like, Mastodon's out. Yeah, okay. Since we have so much evasion, we're probably not going to end up running the Tectonic Rift, just because it's honestly like the weakest card in the deck. Tunneler is good against like other flying, or other, other decks with flyers, but probably still the weakest card here. I mean, it gets the Arsonist through, which is great, but we already have Fireslinger, and Arsonist can force the Bloodthirst anyways, and we have 5 Pegasus. It's probably weaker. I mean, we probably want to run 1 Pledge in this deck. I mean, if we end up just getting the Air Force and then just dropping Guardian's Pledge, like, that has to be game over. So we'll see here in deck building in a minute.